on, Dan. What's up, Joseph? Ground pounder. How are we doing, officers? It's been a long week of patrolling. Let's just say that. I can bring you guys in a little bit. I never get it right. Ugh. There you go. Well, I mean, if I'm honest, you're kind of lucky I'm in uniform and not just in PJs, because after this week, I'm tired of YouTube. It's exhausting. It is absolutely exhausting. And it just isn't lame anymore. I mean, so, alright, here's the inside scoop. So I'm catching hell down at the office because I am, first, Jim, what's going on? I'm releasing information, valuable personal information, when I tell you guys the details of what people are being charged for. So apparently that's against our rule book. And the rest of the squad, somebody snitched on me. So we're not going to focus so much on what we're charging them. We're just, like, metaphorically, we are bringing the biggest scrub brush we can, and we're going to try to clean up YouTube. It's just unreal. So let's start with, like, 90% of tree climbing YouTube, to me, is just, ugh. It's just, if I'm honest, I'm getting to where I don't even want to watch YouTubing, like, for tree work. I just, not bad, first gen. Not bad. COVID, what's going on? Yeah, after 2023, I didn't ever think I'd be excited to see COVID show up, but what's up? So, every channel anymore is either like a stan, which when I say stan, just a rip-off of a couple of the old head big names for YouTube, or it's just, it's boring. It's boring. Like, some people are taking the layout for something that's already boring and trying to repeat it, and it's tiring, especially for a guy like me. I only watch a couple people anymore, bro. Yeah. I still feel like I'm gonna do my job here for this, but if it wasn't for this, I probably would have already tuned out. Like, maybe I'm doing more of it than I used to do, but I like I said, I should be wearing PJs because I like nod out in the middle of watching it. So the worst thing, stop embellishing what it is you're doing. Let's let, from the get-go, stop it. Just because you get more views if you put the word massive, huge, enormous, big, 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 like, just stop and belt, like, just because it's like, think about it this way. People in the Pacific Northwest are going to watch your video, all right? Say you're me, and you put out a video where you're taking a tree down and you call it a massive, huge. Like, I try to stay in the realm. If it's a bigger tree for me, I'll put the word big. But I ain't putting huge or enormous or massive. Like, that's all just trying to embellish and hit keywords to try to get viewers. Once again, you're more of a YouTuber than you are a tree guy. Super, super big tree. It goes right through me. And I will try my absolute best to just dumb down my titles. It is going to kill the extra bit of viewership that I get, but I don't even care anymore. It's aggravating. I hate seeing that. And then I watch a guy, and I'm supposed to be seeing this huge tree removal, and it is this big around, like, it's mind melting. It goes right through me. So biggest, largest or that's my favorite, the biggest ever on YouTube. What? You're telling me you've watched all of YouTube? Are you in Brazil? No, Mike, I wish. That would be sick to be in Brazil. I'm in the armpit of the United States. I believe they pronounce it misery. Or some people say Missouri. But why is it? What did I say? YouTube, I personally think it's... Yeah, it's... You can either be straightforward with your audience and be... It's like playing the lottery to go big. Or you can be like other people, pretend to be a character, and play the silly game. And, like, I'm guilty of playing that silly game every once in a while. Like, I'll take it. I've done it. But it didn't give me enough of a boost for me to ever justify it ever again. So I put up a post with a picture of me up in a cedar tree and labeled it 200 M tree, M cedar. Sweet. Hey, right on. I'm just not a fan. So it's like, it's just bottom line, like some of y'all's huge trees, and when I say y'all and stuff like that, I'm not talking about you guys specifically in the comments. So just know that. I'm talking about YouTube in general. I'm speaking to YouTube. This messed up, wacky, goofball place that is just full of nothing but just kind of junk anymore. So that's what I'm talking about when I say that. When I'm not straightforward with my audience, I get a lot more viewers, but whenever I stay straightforward with my viewers, I get less views. Yeah, that's 100% the truth. First, like, I'm gonna have to, I'll have to eat that, like, but this is the coolest YouTube channel on YouTube right here. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care. Just because you got more viewers, you hit the lottery as far as subscribers. Pound for pound, the coolest YouTube channel is here. The people that subscribe, and like the things that go on over here, cool. all that other shit's cringe. It's cringe. And like some of them guys should call me and ask me what to do because it's cringe and it's getting really really hard to watch. But maybe that's the cynical side of me. What's this thing where when guys record themselves doing what's up, bad you? When they go to record themselves, they have to look themselves in the eyes and like eye beam themselves. That's weird. Stop that. Diesel broke. What is your message to the world? Be you, like be yourself, and like it's got to be exhausting to try to pretend to be somebody else because you've seen somebody on YouTube and you're emulating their life. Their life had a path that you will never even cross. Your path and their path will never even cross. You can strive to be on their level financially. You can strive to have the things, material things that they have, but you can't live somebody else's life. I see comments where they're like, what should I do? What do you think I should do? What is it that you do? Because I'm going to do the exact same. Dude, what is wrong with you? What did you do before YouTube? Like, what did you do before YouTube to make decisions? Because now you let August Honeyke make all your decisions for you. That's weird as shit, dude. Like, I don't understand it. Not that August is a bad guy, but that's weird. Your decisions shouldn't be made by another man. You know, you should include maybe your wife in on that, the person you lay down with at night. But unless you're laying down with August, I don't know what he's making your damn decisions for you. So, that little rant, sorry. That's a little something I guess I've had held in. But I can't handle this eye beaming thing. If you can't record yourself without looking at yourself and scoping yourself, you can see it in your eyes when you're doing your video and you're like, yeah, YouTube, stop looking at yourself. Look towards the camera, but stop viewing. It's weird. It just goes right through me. I see it and I'm like, oh, dude, stop eye beaming yourself. Like, I bet you are in love. Your favorite part of the day is standing in front of the mirror. I don't get it. I don't understand it. So, and the stupider your content is, like color matching, yeah, 100%. The stupider it is, the more. So, YouTube is full of stupid people watching stupid shit. So, it has now made its way into the tree industry here. We're going to talk about some things that are just weird, man. They're just weird. And like my advice to those guys that can't help but like eye fuck themselves when they see themselves in a camera, YouTube, turn the camera and record it from the other direction so you don't have to be so aroused by the viewing of yourself. Weirdos. Oh, hey, I'm not doing it for you, brother. That's just the truth. That is the truth. that is. I've done this for too long. There's probably not going to be another YouTube channel out there that had to grind and get every single little We're the best kept secret on YouTube. Like, and I'm fine with that. I've made my peace with YouTube. I'm just doing it for the fun of doing it now. So like, some of these guys that are striving to like hit the lottery, like I don't know, man. I don't get it. I played that game. It didn't work. I did a lot of that silly shit. It didn't work. You know? I'm just gonna be honest with my audience completely, and hopefully for that we build an audience, but I'm okay if they don't. Just actually stay away from my channel. That's what I got to say. Do not subscribe to my channel. Stay away from it because like things aren't feminine enough over here for most of y'all to be able to watch. There's just too much testosterone over here for people to even be able to like it. So you should go watch the foo-foo tree channels and, you know, enjoy that so you can relate and like just leave me and my crew of men alone. Like, I'm fine with being solo. Oh, no. Oh, that's not the point. You can teach something, ground pounder, and show something, and not be like absolutely cringe and like just. I used to be proud to be a tree guy, and now, like, I'm a little ashamed. It's very, very weird. So let's just start. Let's start our rounds out. We what's going on, Turbo? Jay, what's going on? William. Anybody else I missed? I'm sorry. So, Veterans Tree Service puts out a video, 150-foot tree removal in freezing temps. All right, so first I gotta hit. I'm just telling the truth. You're lazy. Stop taking the raptor up. That's lazy. That's lazy. A man would just climb it. You're being a sissy. So stop taking the lazy way. We're about to rough up all of YouTube. I'm not being nice no more. I'm being real. So I'm very excited for you all. I'm trying my best to keep up with the comments, guys. I'm sorry if I miss some though. It's tough. So Veterans puts out the video. You're lazy. Like, that's my first instinct. I know it's cool. I wish I had a raptor so I could be lazy. Maybe it's jealousy. You're lazy. That's it. You're lazy. Yeah. James, what's up, brother? No, we haven't even really wrote our first ticket. We just we may have like pie faced everyone on YouTube for a little bit. Maybe gave them a wet willy, but we're just getting started. So then in the video, actually, you know what? Like, I hate to kind of. I hate to nag on the being lazy with the raptor, but I mean, a real man would have free climbed it with a no buck strap or even a saddle. So keep that in mind. Also, you're a bit of a sissy. So he's talking about how cold it is and dangerous to be working in these temperatures outside. Bro, I think it's like 25 degrees where he's at. I would be wearing swim trunks in that weather. So I'm sure ground pounder Jay would be outside sun tanning in 25 degrees. So I've done tree work since no. When you do tree work, you do it the right way. You can take all the time off you want. When it's just, hey, this is just the rules, man. I didn't write them. Like, I just enforce them. But so he says it's freezing outside. And he keeps talking about it the whole time. For a real man, that's like summer weather. So I just figured I'd poke at him a little bit for that. Then he has this Echo battery powered chainsaw that is I think it's a toy. So You got it, brother. I have the blower that matches it right over here. It's got this little green thing on the end of it that when you bing, but so he's using the battery powered saw, and says it's doing great on and he's only lost 1 bar of charge, and I think he had almost done about the whole tree, and then he says the limbs are huge on the tree, and he's impressed with the chainsaw. So he's saying, I mean, the limbs are big, but then he cuts it like when he pans back, it's just the luck of editing. But like when you pan back, and the first one you cut is like a little bitty branch. I'm like, I giggle a little bit, and I'm like, the editing really played like the wrong way on that one. So he's chunking down the wood. He talks about chunking the wood down. Says he will switch to. All right, now he's just bragging. You can't be bragging all the time about having 2 500 eyes when poor guys like me out here don't have one. So I mean, he's talking about I gotta chunk this wood down, and he tells me, brags, he's like, hey, then I'll get my 261, and then I'll get my 1 500 eye, and then I'll get my other 500 eye, and then if I need be, I may call down for the third 5. And I'm like, damn, bro, what do you got everything for? You don't need 2 of them. So there's no ticket I can write for that. I think I'm just bitter. I think I'm bitter and mad. So all I have is stop bragging, wrote down. So shows us how. Oh, okay. All right. So then he's gonna show us how to make your chainsaw when you have a shorter bar than the wood you're actually cutting. So in the video, he scurries around and goes all the way around to cut it, which I feel like, for the sake of YouTube, you could technically have not moved and still made that cut. And I know Tim has long enough arms, but the thing of YouTube, to show people the action of moving yourself around that tree a whole bunch, makes the video maybe work a little more. So that's just the YouTuber coming out. But I feel like I could have made that cut like a little bit over here, came through, and then, so I guess get longer arms is what I have wrote down. Yeah. That's the solution. Get longer arms. And then you don't have to wiggle and your way around the tree. So what? Okay. Yeah. I just need to, this is a PSA. Tree climbers are stupid. We are not like super educated guys. Even those few that are, don't talk like it. So it always kind of gets me when a guy will randomly name something, some crazy hard name, or try to give the technical term or the Latin version of it. And so not only am I the YouTube police, I'm going to nitpick like crazy, and I'm about to be the grammar police right here. So Tim's up there. He's chunking his log down. He looks over. There's another climber climbing. And he says, the guy's speed line's a top down. And Tim says, I love that inverted speed line. And let me make a point here. Tree climbers are stupid. Me included. So and the nitpicking like dickhead in me was like, I think I'm right, but I may be wrong. Google, what does inverted mean? And it means the opposite of wherever it would normally be orientated. So unless, damn, I can't do the joke where I'm like being funny. Like if it goes down, if the piece goes over like this and rides the speed line down, to be inverted, it would have to go over and stay above the speed line and go down. So, I don't know what the right word is, but like inverted was not it. So, gotta hit you with that grammar police style. That is solely the dickhead in me coming out. Here, and then I think this is just the rumor on the internet, okay? I want to be totally upfront here. Backwards, yeah. Yeah, hey, I don't know. I'm sure this is my favorite part because, and I want to make this clear. I welcome the response videos. I have put so much trash footage up on YouTube that you could build your channel talking shit on me. So, just a heads up for anybody. So he says at the end that the cleanup for these trees, it kicked their butts. And there was so much duff and cones on the ground that they forgot to record the rest of the tree, or the other for the rest of the tree that the other Tim did. So apparently there's two Tims. You can't have two guys on a crew name the same thing. Somebody's got to switch their name. So that's just the rules, man. So somebody has to switch their name. You guys actually should like arm wrestle or fight over it to see who gets to be Tim. But it's too hard on us. Try to do better. Yeah, you better. You better. That's just you better. Let's just leave it at that. You're way, but I'm not done yet, Tim. Don't. This is the rumor on the internet, is that he did record that other tree. And that he smashed and broke so many things with it that he was afraid to put it on YouTube. And I don't believe this. I don't believe this. This is just the people are talking about this. They said that the reason they think this is because what was they saying? They said, hey, dude, look, it shows them raking everything up at the end. There's footage of it. And I'm like, well, not necessarily. Maybe they just pushed record again at the very end and got a few rigs. And they're like, no, he even uses the blower and like blows the wood off. And I'm like, let me go back and look. And those clips did exist, but like I have no hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. People, this is just the rumor. I don't know. It's the blower, they said, and the raking. They said, why would he have a clip of raking the last bit up if he doesn't have clips of the rest of it being done? I said, man, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to make a shorter video. But people aren't buying it, man. I don't know. I'm telling you, there is an entire depot, like my office. There's tons of officers. And they're talking. The detectives were talking, man. And I don't know. I tried to play the devil's avocado and be like, nah, Tim wouldn't. If he smashed it, he knows he could get good views. He would post it. I mean, that's my thoughts on it. Like, I feel like Tim's a lot like me, that he knows the way this works. The fails get the views. So like, I don't know, but people are just mad that you didn't show the rest of that tree. I get. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, the internet's a dirty place. It's a dirty, dirty place. But oh, I want to shout out Aaron A. Lynch. I just started watching Aaron's stuff on over on his channel. Pretty good channel, and he seems like a pretty good mechanic. So yeah, check. It's Aaron A. Lynch, and Lynch is spelled Lynch. He does a ton of different kinds of builds. It's like dude does. He's done like every saw. It looks like it's crazy, and he's starting to get into doing the work on the 500 eyes and fixing them and stuff. But seems like a pretty good mechanic. I can't talk any trash on Aaron yet because I probably need him to fix my saws. So I gotta shut up and keep my mouth shut until then. I don't even know if he's ever, but like I won't, like I don't even want to think about it because I don't want to make him mad before I ask him to fix my stuff. Yeah, so he gets a pass because I need him. All right, next channel. All right, we're gonna beat Tim up again at the end. Like we're not done yet. That son of a bitch trolled me, and there's a price to pay for that. You don't troll me, don't at me, and don't troll me, bro. So like, we're gonna get to it. It's coming up here in a little bit. He's on a steel kit. All right, Treese's Bartleby. Now I gotta apologize. Treese's put out a video called "Channeling My Inner Aaron Witt, Saving the California Institute of Service of No." I can't even read, and it's probably because of how bad my writing is. So let's try again. Let's just start over. Redo. Treese's Bartleby put out a video called "Channeling My Inner Aaron Witt, Saving the California Institute of Science from Imminent Disaster." Like, damn, I thought he was at least real, but he hit us with all those like key, what do they call them? Flash words for YouTube so that you can get the views. And I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I've suggested that you go over to Treese's channel before. And I've been saying it for a while. Like I've been saying it for a long time. I told everybody, I was like, he's creative, he's entertaining, he's funny, and I was wrong. This video was lame. It was just lame. I watched him watching another guy. And I was like, what the fuck? This video's weird. Like, at least usually they're funny or like quirky or like a little, but I'm like, why am I watching you watch somebody else? What the hell is going on? Huh. So I'm like, nah, I don't like this. And then not only was I watching him watch somebody else, then he made me sit in on a freaking safety meeting. Bro, no one wants to be at a safety meeting. Not even the guy doing the safety meeting. Put that in the video. Like, make a shorter video and don't put that in it, at least. We got to watch us. Oh, and like the coolest damn thing on the whole video was this little statue of a seal. So, I'm not ready to fully like give up on the channel. Like I'm gonna give him a like another shot. But I mean, if we're being real, we're being lame. I think there's still some creativity and charisma in there. We'll see. He may have accidentally left it at the last job. You know how you'll leave a tool every once in a while? He may have left his charisma and his creativity at the last job. So let's give him a little bit. Maybe by next week, he'll put out some good stuff. But man, that's what I'm not that it's just not good. I don't like it. And if you'll notice, some of the biggest YouTube channels on YouTube, and this is also the rumor on the internet, some of the biggest YouTube channels out there for tree work, if you notice, they haven't been putting out videos because I gave them a timeout. That's the reason you haven't been seeing their videos. I mean, I'm not going to name any channels because I've been in trouble with the rest of the office for giving out personal information on my tickets and shit like that. So just know the reason some of these other big channels aren't like putting anything out because I told them they can't. I was like, "What's up, John?" I told them, "Stop. Like, you need to take a break." So that's what's going on. So if you're curious about your favorite YouTube channel that's out there and that you haven't been seeing anything from, that's because I slapped the cuffs on. Had to handle some business and gave him a little bit of a timeout. So that's what I'm saying, Ground Pounder. Not especially Officer Stillborn. He maybe have something on regular old Stillborn, but not Officer Born. So all right, this one kind of hurts me, but I gotta get Jeffrey. All right, Jeffrey. No one. I gotta toughen up. Absolutely no one is above the law. Jeffrey Schroeder. He hit me right at the beginning, like a low blow, right from the get-go with the title. And I was like, what? Jeff puts out most gnarly I can't even read these fucking titles anymore without laughing, damn it. I can't. Like, it's goofy, guys. Stop. Just stop. Like, knock it the fuck off. I can't do it. Most gnarly fir tree ever. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I like you. No, it's not. It's not. And if I think really hard about it, it's not still. Like, it's not the most gnarly. I can't. With all the content that is out on YouTube, like, and it blows my mind. I can't. I don't know. It's okay. Let's just get it. It was all iPhone footage. So listen to this shit. You can't make this shit up. All right. So he puts out iPhone footage, and it's only iPhone footage. And Jeff almost looked like he was about to come to tears, like shed a tear because he forgot to bring his GoPro. Bro, you are YouTubing too hard. You're YouTubing too hard. All right? He was like absolutely upset, crushed that he forgot to bring his GoPro. You know what? Sometimes I want to throw mine out the window. But like, bro was so mad that he made his GoPro and you could see it in his fucking eyes. And I'm like, damn, man, I've never wanted to GoPro I've never wanted to tube so hard, that hard before. Like, I don't have it in me. But he wanted to tube so hard that like, he says, I didn't have any phone service, or I would have called someone and paid them $100 to bring me a camera. And I said, what the fuck? What? Dude, you're tubing too hard. I'm going to make a t-shirt that says, don't tube too hard. It's crazy. Like, you should just do the job, like cut the tree, start the chainsaw, make the cuts, and like, be okay with that you didn't get a chance to record it. Like, I'm so burnt on YouTube. I'm getting burnt, but like, these amazing titles is the only thing keeping me in it. I can't no more. I love you, Jeff, brother. Don't get mad at me. Please don't get mad at me. Like, I'm just teasing. Like, but YouTube, you have, I don't know. You got the spirit, brother. I don't have it. I get mad in the middle of recording. I'm like, this fucking sucks. Wish I didn't have to move a stupid camera around so much. I'm putting it on my head, and you motherfuckers are gonna get motion sickness. Like, I don't even care. I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys, but I've never tubed that hard, and I probably won't ever tube that hard. All right. Right on, John. Yeah. So Jeff, don't get mad at me, damn it. All right, and then okay, and oh my god, I can't. So in the middle of having withdrawals from content creating, homie, he didn't. Oh, now I'm done laughing. Now I'm gonna get serious. Then you didn't even finish the climb. He got in his little aerial high chair, which is meant for little cute bucket babies, and finished the rest of the tree off out of a bucket. It would have been more. It would have been more gnarliest if you would have just kept climbing it, though. That sounded funnier in my head. I feel like, Jeff, you don't even care about us. You left the camera at home. You didn't even want to make a video for us. A lot of us are upset over it. You should be very mad at yourself. But I feel like you think about us last. You don't even care. You're all stuck on yourself and like you didn't even care to bring the cameras. Shame on you. So we'll just hit him with just a single warning of stop not caring about us, Jeff. Take us with you. Please. All right, enough with Jeff. Love you, brother. Don't get mad at me. All right, Rion Rounds put out a video. Again, Rion's been kicking some videos out, which has been pretty cool. I really enjoy his content. I thought, but he put out a video called it's called "Removing a 100-Foot Tree in 4 Cuts." First of all, slow down before I give you a damn speeding ticket. 4 cuts? 100-foot tree? What the hell? I mean, bro, no one cares that you can work 100 times faster than me and do 100 times more work than me. You guys aren't impressed by that, are you? So I feel like that's the only thing, like, yeah, you got everything. Yeah, you're the fastest. Yeah, you're the bestest. But no one cares about that. That everyone would rather see me struggle and like barely get by and maybe mess a couple things up along the way. I mean, he should slow down. I think he should slow down. Yeah, I think Rion should cheer. I mean, honestly, your crane's too big. You have too many trucks. You're way too friendly. He's way too friendly. Like, seems like way too nice of a guy. And I also absolutely hate how all of his equipment matches. And if you were a real man, the Merlot would be your daily driver. So if I had the Merlot, it would be my daily driver. So I'm sure a lot of you agree it would, a real man would drive the Merlot daily. So all right, okay. I also just wanted to point out all these new YouTube channels, all these new climbers, and you think you're all cool and everything. You're not cool. Did I say that you were cool yet? Did I make a live feed and like bring your name up and like, hey, this guy's cool? Well, until I do, you're not cool yet. All right. I don't care that you got 100 times more subscribers than me. Um, like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Um, Greg put out a video drilling the holes into his bollards. That video was 10 times more creative and like more entertaining to me than 80% of the tree videos that are out there. Just telling the truth. Um, so Greg Brown is the maker of the bollard I use. Damn, I should have that bollard sitting here. I meant to go get it. My bad. My bad, Greg. It should be sitting here in the shot. But Greg is the maker of the bollard. Greg has done everything for me, and is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. But let me be clear. Greg is twice the age of some of these guys. And Greg is twice as cool as most of y'all. As almost 90%. Like, why is that? Like, why is that? I think Greg is so much cooler because y'all are too focused on trying to be someone else's stan. Stop trying to be August Hunneke #2. Just because you bring his name up in your video ain't gonna make you any better. Stop being guilty of trying to be guilty of treason. Like, I think Game of Trees, like, just put out a video called Two Gots. I'm like, I never even put two and two together that he copied the initials of the name, like Game of Trees, guilty of treason. It took me a week before the damn title and thumbnail made any sense to me because I read it one time and then I went on for the rest of the week and was like, what's he talking about? I think he didn't know how to spell goats or something. And if you're calling yourself a goat, I'm about to just do the biggest beat down on you during this. And then I realized, oh, no. He didn't mean that. He meant his initials. And that's cringe as hell. And that is one of them things I'm talking about. He put guilty of treason. He put Jake in his thumbnail and then put him in the title. And Game of Trees, let's guilty of treason make the big cut. Oh, pat yourself on the back and give you a cookie. That's cringe. So, yeah. All right. Now, this guy has gotten away with murder. This guy's gotten away with murder. I haven't got this guy for weeks. For absolute weeks. And I think you guys, I should have got him many times over, but he stopped posting. Then I started to think, did this SOB block me? Did he block me? So I looked, and it turns out he just got scared and stopped posting videos. And then, I don't know what the hell happened. He must have got all brave here recently and started posting videos again. So we got to go metal and wood. Do we get turtling? So this dude is a complete turtle head. And I don't mean like the actual turtle. This guy is a turd. He's weird. But the channel's called Metal and Wood. And this guy is just unreal, man. He's just unreal. Yeah, it has to happen. He's done too much shit. Like, I have a whole page of shit here for this guy. So he goes out and he buys a new 372 XP. And the box arrives. Ooh, he's going to show us all. Yeah, the clown. You know what's funny? Is they make these saws. And I want you to think about this. Farm boss. What's a farm boss meant for? Why do they call it farm boss? Because it's usually used on a farm. Cut all the wood. Then they have the professional grade. Or professional, series of saws. That's because some people use them in their professional. They're meant for professional use. So a clown saw, which he calls a clown saw, would be used by a clown. So, like, in all actuality, he is repeatedly calling himself a clown, which I 100% agree with and back. So, he buys a new 372 XP, an actual Husqvarna 372 XP. And the only reason he buys this saw is so he can set it next to his trash ass saws. And then, like, and that's my opinion. All of this stuff is always my opinion. But, you know, he bought the saw, and all he's going to do is show you them side by side. Because to him, a chainsaw is an accessory. You're so feminine, dude. Like, you are absolutely just feminine as all hell. A chainsaw's not a damn accessory. I don't care. Stop talking about the color. You're weird for that shit. And how it feels in your hand. I don't really care about that either. I want to know that it works. And it does what I need it to do, which is cut stuff. So I'm like, he always gets stuff, and he's like, I'm going to do a comparison for y'all. And then he compares what it looks like. And at best, if it starts. And I'm like, this guy's out of his damn mind. I want to know that it holds up and does its job. And he's never shown that with any of his chainsaws, that they hold up and that they actually do the job. Yeah, dude, I can cut a branch with a damn butter knife if I want to, if I've got enough time. So, let's see. He buys the saw, opens it up, and says, oh, I'm weary of this saw. I don't know. This may be a duplicate. Like it's a counterfeit. And you want to know what this genius's reason for thinking it's a counterfeit is? Because it has that. I bet you might. I could have Husqvarna. Oh man, I don't want to admit that on. Damn it, I already did. I have. Don't tell anybody about this shit. I'm serious. If you tell anybody, I'll stop making. I swear, I'll stop doing videos. But I got a Husqvarna up here. Let's see if this stupid shit's got. You ever seen that? Oh no! Oops. Okay. So mine don't have it because they're kind of old. Good. I didn't show it, so technically there's no proof. You ever seen that weird little sticker that chainsaws have, and it has like it's just telling you wear hearing protection when you use this piece of machinery. You're right. I'll write it on myself. Damn it. I literally set myself up for that. I will never admit that again. Ever. Like, ever. I'm sorry. And, I'll take them out of here tomorrow and use them as wheel chalks. I will never do it again. I promise. So he in his professional, his educated mind when it comes to chainsaws, this guy don't know nothing about chainsaws. One day he stumbled across a website that was selling Chinese replica chainsaws, decided to buy one, and now he thinks he has a business selling Chinese replica chainsaws. And he says stupid shit like, I own the factory, and he's dumb. And I think even in one of his videos, he said, I may have sold 1 million or 2 of them. Dude, you've sold like 4. What? That's trash. Like, no, you're a liar. You're a liar. But he starts to think, oh, this may be a knockoff because of this sticker. It looks like a China sticker. And he's always just one of those weird, I think he has a weird fascination with China. And he's always talking like he knows everything. I could do that Chinese hillside when he's talking about cutting down a tree. Dude's just weird as shit. He's got a weird infatuation with China. But, I mean, to each their own. That's whatever. So when he bought that 372, it's I think it's an, yeah, it's a three. See, I don't even know. I purposely don't know the name of these saws and stuff, but you've been running that, what up, Jeff? 200T one? Yeah, oh yeah. I see. It seems to be doing pretty good for you. But yeah, I'm just always too scared to attempt it. My brother just got a 660, and he has a little top handle saw too. So we'll see how it works for him. But he bought that, the more popular brand. What is that? That one brand called that sells the replicas? It's not Farmer Tech. I don't know. Holtz Pharma, maybe? Maybe it's Holtz Pharma. The saws I've ever used was a Husky thing. Right on. I won't hold it against you, Bennett. I'll try not to. Holtz Pharma, yeah. I think that's what it was. But he just got one, and he's got a little top handle too. It just sounded a little rich, but I think that's what they do with those saws when they sell them. But this Yahoo tries to tell you like I got genuine wall burl. I got wall burl. It's not like he's saying marble, first of all, but he's got wall burl carburetors, and he went around for fucking months telling everybody wall burl. I got a wall burl, and I'm like, dude, it looks like a Chinese replica. Turns out it was. He once sold some people some saws. Turned out they found out, hey, your shit's trash, and it's not what you say it is, and it's just a cheap Chinese knockoff. So this master of chainsaw knowledge thought he was buying a 372X torque and ended up buying a 372XP. I don't really know if there's a difference. They all look kind of feminine to me. And he thought he bought the one with the big booty on it, with the big top. He thought he had the one with the BBL. He's like, this thing was supposed to have a BBL, and you notice Steels don't have that. But he's like, I thought I bought the one with the BBL, and it turned out to be a one with a little white girl ass on it, and he was mad as hell. He's like, what? He's like, that's not what it was advertised. I don't believe that someone advertised it as something else. I think you're an idiot and you just bought the wrong damn thing. So if I had to bet, that would be my guess. But I mean, a lot of guys like that Husqvarna that's got the BBL. I see guys using it all the time. They look like used to. Yeah. I mean, huh? You said it, I didn't, but yeah. But yeah, he's just an idiot. He instantly realizes he bought the wrong damn saw. And then he finds out, oh, I bought the wrong kind of saw. And I don't understand this, like seeing a sticker on the chainsaw and starting to question everything about the chainsaw because of the sticker. That tells me that you do very, very shady activities and you don't believe even the actual markings. Like, it has everything Husqvarna on it, but this sticker was enough to make him feel like it's a replica. And I'm like, dude, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? I didn't know you could do a Brazilian butt lift to a Husqvarna, but apparently you can. I don't know. But instead he bought the one with my ass on it. And I'm like, oh, bro, that sucks. Especially if you're expecting a badonkadonk on it and then all of a sudden it comes flat-assed. Unstable, irrational people tend to act. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He. If I'm being honest, I think it didn't matter what it was. He was gonna. It. It's. He needs to figure out any and everything that he can talk bad about this chainsaw, and hey, idiot, because he sells a replica version of it, and his whole gimmick is trying to convince you that his replica piece of trash is as good, if not better, than the OEM, the actual saw, which is a wild thing to do. It's actually stupid. I think you should just stick to yours and try to improve it and just say, I have a very high quality replica chainsaw. Not, it could be as good. What's up, Zachary? As a Husqvarna, dude, it has a dumbass name like Noker. You lose points for the dumb name, like right from the get go. But so then he says, he's like, I'm going to show you that this sticker is not supposed to be on this saw. Well, and then the video cuts and he never shows us that. Turns out he realized after he pushed pause that he was stupid as shit and gave up on it, I guess. So just instantly goes to something else like a used car salesman would, and jumps back into the video and says that now he thinks it's a 365. Which I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Why don't you just do your stupid little comparison where you find a piece of plastic that doesn't look absolutely perfect on it, and then you look at yours, or you go dig one out of your pile of junk salt, and you're like, look, mine's way better because look at this little piece of plastic sticking up right. Ooh, that could cut you. Ooh. And it's like on the damn bottom of the saw. But that's what he does. He now thinks it's a 365. He instantly starts saying his clown saws are better. Then he's like, let's see if this is a real Walboro carburetor on it. And he's trying to do it. This is hilarious. I love to see this idiot struggle because I see his shady tactics. Some people are a little too silly or ignorant to be able to pick up on it. And he has fooled a lot of people into buying his trash. But you know how Husqvarna works? It's got that little metal spring tab thing that you got to pop back to get the air cover off. Actually, let me take that back. I don't know how you get a Husqvarna. Oops. Like, he tries to get this Husqvarna thing off. He breaks the damn thing because he's an absolute fool. Then he puts out his next video. And the title of this video is Just Proved to Myself that I have not been lying to you on my work with clown saws. And it's a 272 XP comparison. He shows his saw and he goes, look, better. My saw's better because it doesn't have that cheap Chinese looking sticker on it. What? Oh, this would be the kind of guy that I would hate to get in an argument with because he has no problem being a complete idiot for the rest of his life and never admitting any wrong. And those are the most frustrating people in the world to deal with. Someone that can admit that, oh yeah, my bad, yeah, maybe I could have done it better, or that, but he goes around tooting his own horn all the time, and he sucks. Like, I'm sorry, I like to be a nice guy, but you're lame. You're just weird as shit. And so he puts out this long ass title. He shows his saw, points out that his is better because it doesn't have the stupid sticker. And then he acts like that's a flex. Like, mine don't have stickers. Yeah. Because you can't. Yours is a knockoff piece of trash. You can't have the real stickers, dude. And then he's like, oh, we could have China duplicate this and have it exactly the same if we wanted. Okay. Well, that's awesome that your factory, which you say you basically own, your factory will do whatever it takes to cut someone's throat and treat them like a complete idiot and dupe them and take their money from them. That is awesome. That is awesome. Good for you. Like a typical YouTuber, You found how to sell your audience something, and you will rip them off before it's all said and done. Whatever. Good luck with it, though, bud. So he starts giving his guarantees. I don't understand why a guy like that would even bother with trying to flex his knowledge, because he doesn't know anything. He once again proves that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Then he starts comparing the clutch covers on these two saws. He flips them over, and he's like, oh my god, look at this right here, look at this. And he's like, see, this is the real Husqvarna one? You see this? And then here's mine. See, it's got better paint. It's got better paint on the underside. I don't give a damn if someone took a Sharpie and drawn a penis on the other one. I don't look at that part, so I don't really care how cool the paint is there. You know what I care about? You see your little brake? Your little clutch brake? Your jump that pinches down for your handbrake? Why does your chainsaw's brake look so skinny and weak and thin? Like made of very cheap, looks like someone made it from an aluminum can. And why does the real Husqvarna one look so much thicker and durable and stronger? That's weird. So in the process of you trying to point out your awesome paint coloring underneath on the clutch cover, you accidentally showed how inferior yours was again. Just a heads up. He I think he does end up admitting that that sticker that he thought was a Chinese replica that made him all the red flags shoot up, he admits, oh yeah, that does come on normal saws. Then he starts comparing the clutch covers. Yeah, consoles, brake clutch, yeah. And then he's like, tell me if I'm lying. Dude, I told you every time you're lying, and you blocked me and hid my comments. So do not tell me to tell you if you're lying, because when I leave the comment, you hide it. And that pisses me off. I don't like that. Yeah, and then he shows the bottom of the saws. His starter essay has this huge gap in it where it doesn't line up to the flywheel there. And he's like, instead of looking at that, which is a very obvious weird gap, he's like, look, how you see this leftover paint on the Husqvarna one? Mine don't have that. Dude, you're weird as shit. So then he says he actually paid $1,200 for a Husqvarna 272 XP. And the pettiness in me, I instantly was like, well, I don't know, one of those, like $800-900 brand new. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He bought one for $1,200. That just proves you're an idiot. So then what he does all the time is he goes out and finds these young idiot kids that, I'm not going to be mean, I wanted to be like, that don't have dads to tell them like what's cool and what's not cool, and what actually works, and the good tools. And like, I'm not doing that. Like, he finds these young kids that are very, very, like, you can dupe them, you can fool them. So his video comes out and he puts young pro guy testimony after a few months of on Steve's Clown 660 and 5800. That's the exact title. I didn't put the clown in there. He calls himself a clown, which I like, and I think he should keep doing because it's true. First of all, this kid's name that he shows in the videos, his name's Renee. So, enough said. Like, you lose. Yeah, I mean, your name's Renee. So, something about that sounds real feminine. He looks like he's like 17 years old. And then Steve asked him on his experience. Do you have experience on steel or husky saws? And this kid tells the truth. He says, absolutely not. So he has no experience on two of the biggest brand chainsaws, which tells me this kid doesn't have any chainsaw experience. Like, so you putting out videos saying this young professional, young pro is what he calls this kid. loves my chainsaws. No, no, young man with no experience likes your chainsaws. That would be a proper title. But he got bit by the YouTube bug where you have to embellish and almost lie completely with your YouTube titles. So yeah, that is what it is. Um, uh, then this little boy Renee says, "I want to get one of them 200 T's from you, Steve." And Steve Steve doesn't know whether it's a 201 or a 200 because he calls it. It's only a YouTube short, but he calls it both in the video. I don't know. The consistency with guys like this is very minimal. Let's just say that. But this little boy is so nervous in the camera. It's like when it looks like a kid that walked up to the big white van and was thinking about like, should I take this candy or not? And I'm like, don't do it, kid. Run, run, run. But he looks so nervous on the camera. And Steve like bullies him. He's like, so you really like my chainsaws, huh? And he's like, yeah, they're real good, Steve. They cut real good, Steve. Yeah, they cut real good, don't they? Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve. And he's like, use 32-1. And he's like, I do, Steve. And he said, I mixed up a nice little mixture and I call it Steve Mix. Like you, Steve. Like Steve Mix. And I felt so sorry for this kid. I'm like, oh, dude, that's the guy you look up to? Like, come on. Dude, I feel so sorry for this kid. Find someone else to look up to. Don't take your life advice from this guy because he's a fat turd. I'm sorry. I just have seen him do so many skeezy, dirty things. I want to just be mean to him. I don't know him personally. Everything I say is my opinion. But I wouldn't piss in his mouth if his teeth was on fire. So if that tells you anything. So while Steve's talking his BS and yeah, you really like him, don't you? Really? The boy says, so what do I owe you, Steve? And it gets very fucking awkward. And Steve says, well, okay, oh yeah. So we're gonna end this video right here, and we'll square up. Yeah, go to his tree company, and then ends the video. Hey, Steve, what's the big scare of putting your prices out there? Especially for a guy that I sold $1 million or $2 million. Hey, cool cat. First of all, you are the most least cool person I have ever seen in my life. You have no coolness to you. You are not cool. And I'm damn near, like, I can tell you who's cool and who's not cool. You're not cool, dude. You're not cool. And this, like, the only reason you would want to keep your prices secret is because you could get one over on some of the dumber people. Some of them ones out there that don't know any better. You can really jack the price up on them. You can really get them. They won't know no better. And there's no evidence of you putting any pricing out there on YouTube. And that's also why you will not talk about selling a chainsaw in the comments section. You have to physically call him. He will not do it in text message either. You have to call him. That way there's no evidence of what he sells you his chainsaw for. That way there's no evidence of all the, like, of the interaction or the transaction ever happening. The only time you will ever hear about a transaction happening with him is if that person was stupid enough to buy one and come back to buy another one. And then he's like, oh my God, this guy's a complete fucking idiot. I hit the lottery here. I'm about to get this guy's entire life savings. And he's like, yes, an idiot. What's up, man? You really love my stuff, don't you? You love my stuff, don't you? He just shoves his phone in their face. You really love it, don't you? Yeah, it's real good. Yeah, you love a Steve chainsaw. Yeah, you're a clown too, aren't you? And I'm like, dude, you should take a damn breath and sit down. But, then yeah, then I don't know, man. He instantly, when he sells this shit, he sells the kid the top handle saw. He makes it a point to say multiple times, Injawa built that. Injawa built that. And I haven't seen Injawa for a long time. Rumor is that Steve did something to him when they were in the dark shed. I shouldn't say that shit. I'm gonna start a crazy ass rumor. That's not a rumor. That's just, yeah, it's a rumor. Um, but he hasn't been seen since the last time they were in a dark lit shed together. Um, uh, they were broing out in a very poorly lit building. Their eyes met, their hands touched, and then that was the last I heard. So I feel like he's trying to pawn it off on Injawa. That way, when the thing blows up instantly, he's like, "Hey, like, it was Injawa that did it," and I haven't seen Injawa for a little while, so I feel like that's like that's that skeezy little move that a guy like him would do because he knows it's trash already. I'm not for sure, but in the video he says this is the second one this kid's got. So he already bought one from him. It was shit, and he's back to trade it in or get a different one, or I don't even know. But don't buy chain. I can't say that. Don't get. Okay, what am I gonna say? Mind your P's and Q's here, Mike. Don't let someone rip you off. Don't let someone take advantage of you. And that doesn't just start from the guys all the way down in small channels like Steve's. That goes all the way up to the big channels up there that are going to try to sell you some stupid ass product that they know nothing about, but they'll slap their name onto it to make $1. And if you buy it, they don't care if it goes wrong for you. They only care about lining their pockets. That's the YouTuber way. So just know that. All right, I'm turtled out. That's all I got for that dude. I got to go on because like I could talk all night about that guy and I don't have the time. So all right. Do we dare? I know I'm supposed to be kind. I know I'm supposed to be kind. Oh, and I mean, while we're at it, we should go ahead and take Steve's goofy ass on into just haul him down. He needs to take a break from YouTube. Stop posting videos for at least a week. You're just not fit for this. You're doing dirty, skeezy things, and I don't like it. So knock it off. All right, now, do I go at Mr. Ray? Is that even legal to do on YouTube in the tree industry? Can you say bad things about bucking? Is it legal? Absolutely. Bucking Billy Ray. Now, that's a guy that as much as I think I would like him as a person, he's always got a gimmick. There's always a gimmick. There's never not a gimmick with him. Anytime you've ever clicked on his channel, he's got a gimmick for something. If originally it was just be kind. Be kind. And I like that one. I like that. I like that. And then there's words that start getting made up like wedgemanship and like get the gullet and stand up and buck. And like I could go on for a week. He's always got a gimmick. So he can slap it on a t-shirt, a sticker, and have you buy it. He's been doing it for so long that some of his gimmicks are starting to contradict earlier gimmicks. He may be the man, but the man also does goofy stuff. I'm guilty of it myself. Gave myself a ticket earlier. But, so like, a man like Buckin, who is deep down should be a blue collar, hard working man, honest, that looks after his neighbor, looks after his fellow, really cares for his family. He says, anybody back barn is lazy. I said, really? Is that right, dickhead? Anybody back barring is lazy. Now, no, this is the new gimmick. Yeah, the kerf, or he had one where he talked about the pendulum points. Like, he fixates on little things, and that'll be the gimmick for that month. Or some of them have lasted long times, but maybe that's the way. I think anyone using a raptor is like, I mean, you said it, but it checks out. But I want one. I want one. At the same time, you're lazy, and can I borrow? So, I don't like when Buckin's now saying that anybody that back bars is lazy. Listen, bud. Just like some of the goofy ass shit that you do that other tree guys don't agree with, there's a reason for all of it. There's a reason for every little thing. Oh, a raptor is a motorized rope grabbing device that will take you up the rope. They make gas powered ones, they make electric or like battery powered ones, but the gas one's called a raptor. It's got a little 2-cycle engine that starts up and it locks in the rope and it climbs up. Really cool. Really cool little device. Lazy people use it. And can I borrow it, please? So I can be lazy. Where was I at? Damn. Where was I at with Bucket? Oh, yeah, dude. There's so many weird things that Buckin does that I don't agree with. Like working off just a buck strap, spiking everything. Like, there's a lot of things that Buckin does that I don't so much agree with. But to each his own. You've mastered maybe that technique. I'm not going to say anything about it. Like, if that's what you do, that's what you do, man. No one's calling you lazy for not learning new techniques, for not learning the easier way to do things. No, for not. That's a. You're messing with the wrong word there, Bubba. And I really hope that kind of gets to Buckin. And he realizes the word lazy, when you're dealing with blue collar, hardworking men, that's kind of a rough word for us. There's enough lazy people in the world that the rest of us hearing this aren't really lazy. I may poke fun, and everything I'm doing is satire. I'm joking. But like, Buckin has moved into trying to entertain and teach the everyday homeowner. He knows that his skills aren't really up to par with the new way of tree climbing. I think you can learn a lot of basic good skills, but some of the things he does would not be allowed on some other job sites. Oh, don't you dare. Don't you dare. He's very much more of a logger, 100%. And that's where I think that disconnect comes from. But have you ever been up in a tree and you got or you're cutting notches even, and it's much easier to back bar and shoot the sawdust out instead of shooting it into your eyes going bottom. So you switch the saw around, it changes the way the saw, just that alone can be a major help at times. When you're into a heavy wind, you don't want to be cutting and blowing all the sawdust in your face. So when you can back bar, the back bar at that point is almost that becomes a very smart thing. I get that when you use a saw regular bottom bar, you're on a pulling chain. And then when you use top bar, it's pushing the saw away. But that's not you should be more focused on back barring is more of an advanced skill. Let the homeowner know, since that's what you've kind of moved into, trying to teach the person that doesn't know anything. They may believe that back barring is lazy when it contradicts everything you're saying, dude. You say don't use back bar because it's too hard to hold on to. You could get kickback. It's tougher to hold. How the hell is that lazy? That's like telling the guy that works for you, he grabbed one branch and he drug it to the trailer, and then the next time he came back, he grabbed 3 branches and drug it to the trailer, which is harder. And you tell him he's lazy for that? Come on, man, that don't check out. You were saying it's harder to do. That doesn't translate into lazy. So maybe I'm being nitpicky, but like the lazy word, unless you're like, I feel like he's just being serious. I mean, he's the guy that, okay, he's in one video, he like basically called people lazy because of the way that they use the little wedge trick too. When you stick the wedge into the back of the cut, and when the cut starts to lift, the wedge will fall out. And he's like, I agree with what he's saying. You should look up. Look at the crown of the tree. You're going to get movement up in the crown of the tree long before you're going to get that back cut to lift up and show enough difference that you can actually tell. You're going to have so much movement up there if you're only looking at the cut the whole time. So on the cut, for that thing to go up any, you have feet of movement up in the top. It's moved probably 10 feet, and it's maybe lifted a half an inch, and it's moved 10 feet. So if you're looking for movement and you want to know that first movement and have control, there should be a very good combination of up, down, up, down. You want to make sure you don't go through your notch. You don't want to go through your cut too far. So you watch. You look back down. You watch. You look back down. You need to make sure you're not cutting through your hinge, but you're going to see the movement at the top. Just a word of advice to anybody. That's where the movement is going to be at. You're going to know it up there before you're ever going to know it at the bottom. I agree with what he says there. But he starts saying, why do people watch the cut? Well, probably because you got them too worried about banging fucking wedges into the damn thing. He spent months and months and months and years and years and years telling you to work on your wedgemanship, you focused on the cut for so damn long that's where people are focused now, man. What do you expect? You sit there and beat wedges in for years and was like, your wedgemanship, you guys, this is the most important thing that there is wedgemanship. And you like got them all focused on it. And then now out of the blue, you're like, what are you idiots doing? Look up. Yeah, you should look up. So, I don't know, man. Like, I hate to even say any of that. But you can't say be kind and then call a bunch of guys that do tree work lazy. I think that's weird. This is the same guy. Yeah. This is the same guy that has hundreds of videos of him being like, wing into a cut and then being like, and he does his little mouth noises. and he flips his chainsaw and catches it while it's running? Come on, man. Come on, you've done some of the dodgiest shit that there is. Now we're gonna pretend like back barn is something major. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's just cut the bullshit. That's some of these guys, I'm telling you, I want you tree guys to fight it. I know being a YouTuber is so glorious and everybody tells you how great you are, but there's a point where you become a YouTuber and not a tree climber. You got into this because there's a little bit of man in you. Don't lose it. So that's all I got to say about that. Damn, no, I'm not. No, I said it. Okay. All right. No, yeah, I don't want to do any more on bucking. So, JLM Tree Service puts out a video. This guy, we've had a rocky relationship. We've had our ups and downs. And he does one of the silliest damn things I've ever seen, and he's super guilty of being this YouTube character and being like, "What's up, YouTube?" And then I see it stop and smacking the camera, and then like the new like clip starts, and you're still in the same damn spot. I don't understand it. He's got all the silly, goofy ass YouTuber things covered, and it's not really working for you, I don't think. So I wish you would just try to be you, because I think that could be good. I think that would be very entertaining. I think I would really like it. But I feel like I'm a good read of people. When you're playing a character, it comes off. It's very readable. And you're a character. So he can't help but be a stan. He loves the old August Haneke. Old August Haneke. You guys talk about this guy like he's been dead for 30 years. And like, yo, August Haneke, come on. Like, and anytime this dude does something that's a little dodgy or silly, he puts it off on August. So let me show you what he did. We're going to do a demonstration. I am about to show you how to rig old school on a natural crotch. I'm going to show you what this ding dong did, and I'm going to show you how he put it off on August. Then I'm going to show you how to actually do this. So we don't even got to switch nothing around. I got this little thing here. You see this little tree? Okay. I screwed this into a piece of metal I had. So I got this little guy here. See this little guy here? This chainsaw man. He's got chainsaws, so he's going to make the cuts. All right? So we got chainsaw man. We got this. We need a rigging rope. I got a rigging rope right here. Oops. All right. So I got this rigging rope. Oh, and here's the piece we're going to rig. This goes on here. So here's our rigging rope. Oh, no. It's tied it around chainsaw man's neck. Okay. So we have a clip on our stuff here, all right? All right? So we got this. Okay. Okay, pay attention because this is very, very tricky. All right, so he's got this. Oh, yeah, you can't see it. My bad. All right, so we got it here. We have, see that? Okay, you see that limb coming out. This cut is going to be setting up here. Now, if you've ever been up in a tree, you're standing there about to make the cut. I've never made the cut with my face, like Chainsaw Man's gonna do. That's pretty sick. But so homie's up there and he's got this piece sitting there. Move Chainsaw Man there. So what he does, he hooks the piece up. And he says, I'm going to pull an old August Haneke, YouTube. Instantly, putting this dumb idea off onto August, which I back, whatever. If you want to blame somebody else, you fucking dork. Nothing personal, but that's dumb. So what he does is he hooks the branch up, okay? He's got her hooked up on there real good. It's there. So he wants to use this crotch right here. So what he does, he puts the rope and he holds it down a little bit, and he takes his foot and he presses it against the rope here. Because instinct, what's going to happen as soon as you start to cut, that rope, the weight of it's going to pull it down out of the crotch. Every time. It's going to take it and pull it right back out of the crotch. So he's got it set up like this. And he wants to use his foot to hold that slack and make the cut. So he sits it like this, and he has to keep that there. He has to keep his foot on. If his foot slips in the middle of him cutting, it's going to cut his rope, and it's not going to be through the crotch. It's going to fall off. It's going to free fall. It's a stupid idea. You're an idiot for even doing that. There's a very simple way to natural crotch rig, and I feel like so many guys, you didn't even attempt to learn this. You moved on to using rigging rings and span rigging, and like this is where all these basics are super important. So this cut can be made with ease. So we'll pretend we got that on there. Here's how you set it up. If you wanted to rig out of that crotch, you would take the rope, put it up through there, up through the crotch, and then you just put a half hitch. So if I wanted to make my cut here, before I set this up, I would go on the backside, I would make a cut, a little back cut, whether I put a notch or just a little back cut line. Then I take the rope, which the rope is coming up the backside and through that crotch. So you take the rope, bring it around, oh, my bad. Hang on. Oops. So the rope's coming through there. You bring it around. You do a half hitch right here. And then you clip on. So it ends up looking like you just set that up as a half hitch. I'll show you it when it's all set up here. And the half hitch is what makes this all work. So tighten it up. So it's right there. So the way that would work is now when you make the cut, it's going to fall down and it's going to be underneath the actual rope here. So as it comes off, because you have the half hitch below, when it comes off here, it will still run because this rope is above. It's on top of that. So it'll allow it to run down. You can actually get a little bit of friction out of this because it's crossed over the top. So if you set that up wrong, oh, you're screwed. I've been there. I've messed up and set that up wrong, where I put the wrong rope over the top. Like, instead, maybe I put it this way. I set it up on the back, and when it comes over, it pinches on the line. And it's now this weight is on top of this. So you just have to remember your line needs to be on the bottom. So it would be set up like this. Even if you wanted to go out this backside like we were doing before. Now it's coming up through the back. It goes around, up under the rope, and then clips on. So now when it falls, this is down, and this rope, see, is on top. So that half hitch works to keep it to go through the crotch, because if the half hitch is below, it's forcing it, this half hitch is forcing it to fall into this crotch. You don't have to use your damn foot and set it up all funky and weird. You just take the rope, wrap it around, put it up under, then clip it on. Now, it's going to fall down as long as the anchor rope is under the moving end of the rope, you're good. Like there's no problems. And let me show you that set up close. So there's what it ends up looking like. Now what happens is this comes over and falls down. Now you see this rope is on top. So it can let that down. So I just feel like most guys didn't spend the time to learn that. A guy that uses that a lot is Randy is the Mandy. He blows out pine tops, Doug fir tops all the time. Uses that technique of half hitch up under the cut and then anchor above the cut. It works. It's the proper way to rig if you're going to do that. And it keeps you from having to do something stupid like using your foot to like hold the rope when that just the ground guy you're just taking too many stupid chances. It's goofy. It's goofy. You would ever mess up and accidentally run the rig line over the climb line and melt the climb? Yes. That's why weight on top running is going to be real bad. But if you can have your running rope and the weight on the bottom, it doesn't do that same effect on the ropes. It doesn't melt them. Like it's going to get hot. I wouldn't say that's a technique that you should always use, and it would never burn through a rope. It's gonna have that friction effect onto the rope, but no more than, in my opinion, no more than what you would get on a natural crotch. So that way is something as a climber, if you wanted to rig a piece down, you could do that yourself and hold the rope, make the cut, and just all the way down and stop it, because you're getting friction on the rope that goes up around the stem and back down through the crotch. It's a good technique that people should try. So, yeah, that's that. All right, now let's get into Tim again. All right, Tim. Stop trolling me. That son of a bitch trolled me again. He said perfect about 16 times. And then he tied into what looked to be, I've had splinters in my hand that were bigger than the limb that Tim decided to tie into. I swear he just did it to bug me. He tied in to this little limb up at the top on a fir tree or something. I don't even know what, a cedar or something. And the limb was like, it was big around as my pinky. He ties into it. Oh, you son. You better not. Bro. No. He ties into it. And I feel my blood start boiling. And I throw a hissy fit in my house. I start stomping my feet. My wife's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, this son of a bitch did it again. And he's trolling me. And she's like, calm down. I was like, I'm going to shoot him. I pull up. I'm just going to shoot. And she just talked me down off the cliff for a second. I finally calmed down. And then he said like perfect like 15 times. And I'm like, oh, he's just, this guy's pushing me. He's like, in the video he says, I hate the way these cedar tops feel so flexy and bendy and weak. And then he ties into a damn toothpick. And and then he starts talking about how he wants to get buff and shit. Hey, guess what? You can work out all you want in jail. Okay? Because by the looks of things, if you keep tying into these toothpicks, you and Bubba are going to be roommates. Alright? No. I told you I'd give you a pass. Now, you have time to go ahead, like, don't put it out. Don't you? I've read the rights for you. You have the right to remain silent. Any video you post can and will be used against you in this court of law. You have the right to re-edit the video. If you don't have the money to re-edit the video, you can just take it down. Don't put it up on YouTube. Don't add me, bro. Like, yeah, so you're in luck. You're going to be able to get a lot of workout time in jail. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You go re-edit it right now. Use some kind of AI to thicken the branches up. And like, oh my God. And then he's like, he told Jake to open his mouth while he was messing with wood. And I'm like, no, let me give you one of these. You tell a man to open his mouth when you're sitting there handling wood. Don't you dare post that video. You better take it down. I won't have it. I won't. I am not while I'm the sheriff. Take it down. Don't put it up. Don't put it up. I better not see this video. Oh, I'm just thinking about seeing it, and I'm getting pissed. All right, I'm gonna let Tim. I can't even talk. I can't even say nothing else. Like, my blood is boiling. You better not post a video again. I told you. I told you already. I'm not saying it again. The law doesn't repeat itself. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Woodroy TV. Now, I want to like this guy. I really, really do. I really want to try to. I do. I want to like. I don't know if his name's Wood. I don't know if his name's Roy or TV. TV may be his initials. His name may be like Tom Ventura or something. I don't know. But he does that YouTuber thing where he's like, makes the title of the video, the fastest way to sharpen a chainsaw, only 5 minutes. And this video pissed me off too. Dude, it was a 20-minute video. How are you going to say in 5 minutes when it's a 20-minute video? It took you 20 minutes to sharpen your chainsaw, and there were cuts. There were cuts. You can't say 5 minutes, only 5 minutes, and a video be 20 fucking minutes long. No, there are rules to this shit. There are rules to it. Now, let me explain to you how this guy sharpens a chainsaw. And look, he basically is telling you everything you've ever seen is wrong. His way is, because he says, this is the fastest. And I think his title it was like the best way or he changed something on his thumbnail or the title, one of the two. I don't know which one it is, and I can't figure it out because I didn't screenshot shit. I need to start screenshotting this shit because people are trying to pull quick ones, and I don't like it. But, dude, the damn, you can't say it's 5 minutes to sharpen your saw and it took you 20 minutes. Man, what the hell? Okay, this is the way this guy sharpens his chainsaw. So what he does is he picks a tooth on the chainsaw. Let's go right over here. Okay. So that's a bar to a 660. What he does, he picks this tooth right here, okay? And he sharpens it. Anytime I sharpen a chisel, I touch the rake. Yeah, this dude, I don't think this, you know what? Dude, it's almost just, this is the most wasteful way I have ever seen anybody sharpen a chainsaw. Bro, just throw your chains away and get new ones. That makes almost as much sense as what this dude's saying to do. He's like, let me crack the code for y'all. All you people out there that haven't figured out how to, sharpen a chainsaw, I've got it figured out. So what he does is he picks a tooth. He sharpens that said tooth, okay? Oh, hang on. All you idiots out there that do this, he's just go straight. I feel like because of moving your wrist forward, it works better to keep a steady straight line for me to work at that back and forth. My wrist stays straight and it rolls better. It's just something I do. I don't know if it makes it any better or not, but he's like, I see guys doing this, so I don't get it. First of all, you live in like podunk nowhere in like Canada. You almost your tree working skills are at least a decade behind. I'm sorry, but like you're like a decade behind. You may be the shit in your little town, but that's the reason you're not getting over when it comes to YouTube. Because YouTube's different. It's not your little bitty town where everybody thinks you're just the bee's knees because you're the only guy around that's crazy enough and gnarly enough to climb these trees. He's drinking his own Kool-Aid. So he everything he says is my professional opinion. I'm a professional arborist, and then all of a sudden he starts spiking trees that he's pruning. And then he justifies it by saying, well, where I live, it's okay if we do this kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, no. He's one of them guys, I feel like I have a good read on him. He's not a guy that is ever looking to learn anything. He thinks he knows it all already. And now he's just sharing all his amazing knowledge. And because he doesn't feel like he should ever have to learn anything else. He's got everything figured out. So the way he sharpens a saw, I've started this like 4 times. He picks a tooth. Now if he takes 6 swipes at that tooth, every tooth don't have to be the same size. I have chainsaws where the tooth is totally gone. Still cuts fine. This thing of thinking that each tooth needs to be the same size or it won't cut right is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. So let me give you, he thinks, okay, if it takes me 10 swipes to sharpen this tooth, he now will do 10 swipes on every tooth. Okay. Seems a little wasteful to me. Whatever. But what if you didn't start on the worst tooth? What if you started on the best tooth? And it only took 4 swipes. And you're sharpening because you knocked or you hit a piece of metal. Or you hit a rock. So you're sharpening that good tooth because you just picked one. You didn't like check everything. You just picked a tooth. And then sharpen. And it took you 4 swipes to do that one. And then the teeth that hit the chain never ever get sharp because you have this weird way of doing things where every tooth, that's the participant. You're giving your chains participation points. Like you're getting a ribbon, a participation ribbon. What the hell is that? Every tooth shouldn't get the same. What is the odds that you picked the dullest tooth? First of all, not very good. Then he also says the way you should do sharpening your chainsaws is to have a Sharpie on you. Hey, bro, I don't have a Sharpie in my pocket all the time. I don't know about you, but I don't walk around with a damn Sharpie in my damn pocket. So here's a little tip for you. Take your chain, spin it. There's a little color-coded spot on it where they link the 2 chains together. Start there. Then you don't have to have a marker in your pocket that makes it look like you got a little needle dick all the time. Like, especially if you wear tight pants. At least get one of these markers. That way you like look like you got something. It's a lot bigger than a damn Sharpie. But yeah, I don't have a Sharpie in my pocket all the time. But that's his idea. Get a Sharpie, which is okay, dude. Yeah, get Sharpies. and sharpen every tooth the same. All right. So now let's say you hit a tooth and you hit a nail, and it takes you 35 swipes to get that tooth back. Are you now gonna just butcher the hell out of all your teeth just for the sake of them all looking the same? No. The only reason a person does that is so that they can be, I'm kind of lazy when it comes to doing the work with. I mean, that's reality. I'm saying that's being lazy. You don't want to. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. You're being lazy. You don't want to have to use a depth gauge to do your rakers. So the way a tooth works, it goes back at an angle. So as you sharpen that tooth gets shorter. The little raker in the front has to get knocked down some. If you knock it down too much, you'll have chatter. It'll grab, it'll bite, it'll stick. If you don't knock it down enough, it skips over the tooth. It never cuts anything. So finding a good depth gauge will allow you to set the gauge on that hook for every tooth. And just sharpen the tooth until it's sharp. So how are you going to do a 5-minute sharpen if it took you 35 swipes on one tooth? You ain't doing it in 5 minutes. Your little method may work if you're just you want it to cut a little better. It didn't really hit anything, but you just want to cut it a little bit. So I got away with 3 swipes, 3 swipes, 3 swipes. That's being lazy. You don't want to sharpen a tooth, check it, use a depth gauge after you sharpen all of them, and make sure every raker is at the right height. That way you are getting max out of every tooth. You know how he does it? No depth gauge. This is the secret to sharpening chainsaws, the fastest way. He gets down next to it and he uses his eyeball. Come on, man. Like, you should have said all this shit to yourself before you uploaded the video and been like, that kind of sounds weird. So if he looks at it and he's like, he's got the perfect eye, he's got a depth gauge in his eye or something, I don't agree that anybody, you may be able to do this after you've done tree work and you've sharpened a billion chainsaws, you may be able to eyeball it. But try to pretend like the average Joe is going to be able to eyeball a raker is absolutely stupid. And if you get it too low, you are going to get the saw yanked out of your hand. It's going to bite. One tooth, it'll go around and bam, that one tooth will bite too much, it sticks. Or it's not going to be enough and you're going to make powder because it's just going to skip over the tooth because you didn't bring the raker down enough. There's a reason they make raker guides. I don't know if they just don't make them in Canada, but the homeboy thinks that you should just pick a tooth. I would bank on it. He is not getting the most out of his chainsaws. I refuse to believe that. There's no way you're playing a guessing game. So I don't believe that yours could possibly be getting the most and the best out of them. Sawdust is my rake guide. There you go. Yeah, you can see when you're cutting, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm making like powder or little bitty chips. I can bring my rakers down some. Especially when you know the teeth are all sharp. You know, I can drop my rakers down a little bit. I can give each raker a swipe. There you go. That's a better idea. But when you just took a tooth and made 12 swipes on it, to now pretend that you can figure out how many swipes is going to be on that, and to make those same 12 on every single one of them is wasteful. He just showed me the most wasteful way I've ever seen anybody. That should be the title of the video. The most wasteful way to sharpen a chainsaw, or the fastest way to go broke sharpening a chainsaw. Because there's your truth. The only way that's any worse is to cut with it till it don't cut no more, throw it away. Your typical modern day human
I'll just buy another one. I'll just buy another one. No, no. Like, I'm built different. I'm just different. That is what it is. Like, I don't get it, and I will never get it. Who uses a power chain? Got one on the Milwaukee Electric for sharpening works. All right. Is that one of them ones, dude, where you press the tip of it and it sharpens itself? Yeah, I only get steel chains in Oregon. Yep. Okay. Yeah, those things are funny, dude. I kind of want to try one. It's got this little sharpener on the tip of it, and what you do is you run the chainsaw and you press the tip thing down, and it sharpens the teeth. They're square teeth, and it hits them somehow and puts an edge on them. So a pretty interesting concept, but I've never used one. But I would love to. I would love to try one just to see how it works. I don't think I would ever buy it because to me it just doesn't seem practical for what I would do. But if I came across one, I would I would definitely use it. So, um, yeah, homie just has like hometown hero syndrome. Like he's a legend in his mind and in his little town. Um, this like to be as like kind of crude as he is, because what he does a lot. Like he watches YouTube videos and does like commentary for fails. And the way he talks, you would think he's an amazing climber who just is the man. Not so much. Like he's good, but like he's nothing special. Where he's at, where no one else is, he may be special. I will say that. So I don't get the marker thing. Eyeballing rakers is weird to me, and every raker gets the same swipe. It's just wasteful, dude. Every tooth gets the same amount of swipe. Wasteful, wasteful. You're wasting your chainsaw because in his way of thinking, if you was to hit something metal and knock a tooth all the way off, that chain's done. It's not. It can't be used, which is not true. It's not true. They wouldn't make skip tooth chains if that's the case, man. So, all right. Shout out two more channels. Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus is he just seems like a pretty good dude. I like his methodical, mathematical way of thinking. I relate to that a lot. Um, he's very skilled. I don't. I'm just not a fan of the whole uh, GRCS thing where you have a guy running the drill and you're taking big pieces and he has to be under them because usually in most cases that's where the drill is being used is where the piece is going to end up crashing up above. So the guy's being forced to be up onto the lowering device while that's happening. And when you're using those drills and shit or the GRCS and you're cranking on, you also can't let a piece run. So you can't dampen the impact like you would any other style of rigging. But if you're lifting and shit, like Zacchaeus is very, very, very skilled in that aspect. Yeah, if you get a chance, go check out his channel. I think the video is called "Large Tree Removal in a Small Space, No Room for Error," and he does some really nice big rigging. And I believe in the video he was doing it with two ground guys that were maybe very inexperienced. I don't think they really knew much, but we'll have to see. Last one. All trees and all solutions. He did the thing where you make a ridiculous title, the most, all capitals, difficult tree to climb. And then he shows a sycamore tree that's by the wires. And the tree goes up, kind of arcs over a little here, and most of the tree is over this way, and the power lines are here. And so he says, then he goes up under the wires and points the camera up. He says, yeah, it's all over the wires. Dude, I wish people, it doesn't make what you do any less if you just state the obvious. 10 to 15% of that tree maybe went over the wires. 85 to 90% of that tree is not over the wires. So just because a branch or two hangs over the wires, you can't then say it's all over the wires. It's not, man. It's just not. And that tells me that I'm getting really burnt on tree YouTube channels and tree work, because like that shit just aggravates me. Then he does that weird thing. He like pulls the rope walks up, then he pulls the camera up and apologizes. I'm so sorry about that sloppy rope walking, guys. And he gives 15 excuses on why. Why? Dude, you're too worried about the comments. You're too worried about the comments. The rope walk was what the rope walk was. If there was a rule that said you needed to apologize every time you rope walked, I would have to apologize every time. I have messed up knees. In certain days, my knees are completely almost out of place. And trying to rope walk, I feel them popping in and out. So one of these times I feel like I'm going to blow a knee out the rest of the way in the middle of rope walking. Don't apologize. Be a man. That was what it was. Don't apologize to me, because you don't owe the viewer an apology just because you weren't cool enough looking or fast enough, or I don't know. Like, I just see people that have no confidence behind their eyes. They're looking for verification from the viewer. And I just wish some of these men would maybe step away from YouTube for a second. And maybe I have to write them a ticket and make them step away like I did the bigwigs this week. You notice all the big YouTubers didn't put out videos. They have the huge channels. That was for a reason. I laid the law down, told them they at least need to take a week off. I may have told them 2 weeks. Who knows? But his video, check it out. He seems like a pretty good tree climber, and seems like a really nice guy. But it does come off a little bit like I'm playing a character. I just a little unauthentic. But hey, that's some guys just get weird in front of the cameras. And I think most people are just afraid that if they was to be their self and people didn't like it, they could never change. So if being yourself doesn't work, you can always go be a fumbling idiot or overly nice creep later. Just my advice. So this week was for YouTube, for the tree industry. I'm not trying to take nobody to jail this week. I'm looking to clean the place up. It's gotten out of control. Stop with your clickbait titles. Stop with your like weird wordplay on shit. It's getting old. I'm telling you this before all your viewers start to tell you this. It's getting old. Document your stuff. If some people have concepts to their videos, and there's a storyline, and there's like, there's dialogue, and some guys just show the work. I think good is good. Like, the work will speak for itself or it won't. And, if you want to know if you're cool, hit me up. I'll tell you. Like, I know I'm cool. Like, I'm legit one of the cool. I am probably the coolest tree climber on YouTube. So if you need to know if you're cool, hit me up. I'll let you know. If you need pointers on how to be cool, I can give you those too. I mean, to me, it's just natural. But, I mean, I don't mind helping some of you lost souls that are out there trying to be tree men. Guys, I wish I could say this was fun. This was a lot of hard work on my part. I had to be mean. Had to hurt some feelings. But I hope I made y'all feel a little more like a man. Yeah, Joseph. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I'm sick of talking about tree climbers. There's no cool ones anymore. So, and some of you guys used to be cool, and you're getting uncool now. So, stop trying to sell me something. Stop doing a fucking infomercial at the beginning of your video every time. Stop trying to like mind fuck me in your title. It's all getting old. Get your shit together. Or I'm going to have to come to where you're at and lay the law down. You've been warned. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of your week. I need to go check on the UFC fights. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks again. See you guys. Stay safe.